I got you. We're live. PWC podcast, Money in the Bank after show, July 2nd, 2022. I know last night I said at the beginning of the year, I was tired last night, so I give my apologies. Start off hot right now. I give my apologies, but I'm wide awake. Money in the Bank. We just finished big time. Las Vegas. Look exciting, shocking ending. But go ahead, Eric. We kick it off. I was helping you out.
I apologize. I'm having some technical difficulties on my side. Maybe I should let you do the intros from now on because you nailed it. Adonis is in the chat. T and Couponer is in the chat. I want to thank you both, loyal listeners. Excuse me. This is why I'm not the lead anymore. So, for tuning in, I want to thank T and Couponer for all his thoughts and opinions and sending us news, tips, and such regarding the world of professional wrestling. And as Marcel started off with, Money in the Bank 2022 is in the books. I did not hate this show by any means. I thought this was a really good show.
Yeah, this is a real solid show. A lot of surprises, some that I didn't expect. But we're going to kick this off with Money in the Bank and just review live at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. This event was supposed to take place at the Legion Stadium, but tickets wasn't selling well, and they decided to move it to my boy Eric Hunting.
Look who's here.
The building, my guy. Shout out to him. We got people that was waiting for us to pop on in. I appreciate every one of y'all popping on in and joining us to review this Money in the Bank event. But live, MGM Grand, they downgraded. They did a WrestleMania 7 on us and downgraded to the MGM Grand, but it still was a solid event.
If I remember correctly, this venue was quite popular for running UFC events, correct? In Las Vegas?
Absolutely. This event was famous for UFC events, which is why they downgraded from the Allegiant Stadium, because there is a UFC show that's happening at this moment right now. Same night, same state. But this is also famous for WCW Halloween Havocs. This is the home base of every October where WCW used to have their famous Halloween Havoc. A lot of memories there. But MGM Grand was the first event for Double or Nothing, for the first AEW pay-per-view event.
I think that there was another event there that I'm going to look it up right quick while we Blackjack. I believe, if I remember correctly, it was it was Herb Abrams' UWF Blackjack Brawl, which is considered one of the worst wrestling events in history.
MGM Grand hosted that.
Yeah, yep. That's the one where
shame on MGM.
Are you familiar with the UWF, Marcel?
Yes, I am. I see the Dark Side of Ring, but shame on MGM. They had to make some money somehow, I guess.
I think that's really early on in the arena's existence. So, they're just trying to get anything in there. I still have the VHS tape of that event. You can find it, I think, live for free on YouTube. But, yeah.
I may just check that out and just fall asleep on it.
It's definitely, yeah. Every single match is a title match, just for the record. And
every single match?
Yeah, you didn't end up seeing any of the those belts ever again on Herb Abrams TV. Let's see.
Wait, hold up. Before we pause there, do we even watch DVDs anymore?
I do. I've got several hundred of them.
I got some in the closet over there, a lot.
Yeah, I've got a ton of. I have a ton of Ring of Honor DVDs.
Do you?
Tons of them. Yeah, I always buy them when I find them cheap enough online, so to fill out my collection. I by no means want to fill out the entire collection.
I don't think I want to buy this on DVD for August 9th. I appreciate that TNQ on. I don't think I want to get this on DVD.
Yeah,
I got the Peacock for $5.
I don't buy WWE DVDs unless there's something special, like the Owen Hart DVD, the Bret Hart DVD, the Flair DVDs that they've done. Like unless there's something special like that, I don't particularly care for them or go for them. There has to be a special set for me in order to purchase it.
Yeah, me and you both. I fully agree with that. If it's a special where you get a finger into the library of WWE, uh, I I grab one. I got a few of them here. I got a few VHS tapes that I have growing up, and few ones I got online when I got older to get some funds. But
Ah,
yeah,
yeah. The Guardian of Chaos is here. Thank you, sir, for joining us. We're talking about our DVD and VHS collections, going back in time.
yes, we
So
are.
let's break down the Money in the Bank. We started off with the women's Money in the Bank. It was Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Becky Lynch, Lacey Evans, Raquel Gonzalez, Shotzi Blackheart, and Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan took the victory for this one. Adonis called it. I did not expect it to happen that way.
No, I did not expect it to go this way. It was a lot of it was a lot of action for this match. A lot of great spots. I applaud these women for putting on a great opener for Money in the Bank. All the weight was on their shoulders to kick off Money in the Bank, the premium live event,
Yeah,
and they just did that. Becky did the swanton on Oscar, and a few Rodriguez. She has some showing in this match as how much power she has. Um, this was a great Money in the Bank for the women, and I applaud them because they worked really hard for this one. And I was surprised as the winner as well. I thought Lacey Evans may take it. I thought even Becky may take it, but Liv Morgan, well deserved, took it. My wife doesn't agree with it because she's not a Liv Morgan fan. At me at Showtime Marcel, please. But she she does. She's not a Liv Morgan fan, but she has worked hard for this position, and she reigned victorious for Money in the Bank.
I thought through watching this, and you realize, and it's been quite some time, but how good is Asuka?
Oscar's great, man. Oscar
She
is way
is,
ahead of every time. Her
yeah,
and Becky are continuously carry the women's division ever since the Sasha and Naomi incident happened, and they have took the women's division on their back and carried it. And but tonight was Liv Morgan night. You got to push new stars, and that's understandable. But I applaud Becky and Asuka. They continue to carry this division along
yeah.
with Bianca as we fast forward to later on soon. But they are carrying this division.
Yeah, there you go. Eric Hunting saying Asuka is the best. I think she's amazing. Amazing. She really helped. Like, she worked this match really well. So it was awesome. She was really good in this match, I thought. And like you said, it was Liv Morgan's night. She put on an amazing performance. It was a nice emotional win. I was actually quite shocked that she actually won because that was I actually didn't have anybody to pick for this one because I had no clue which direction it was going to go in.
Oh, I got one question. Do you know what happened to Shashi face? Because I could have sworn her face was fine, and then all of a sudden, later in the match, her face is all bruised up. Do you know how that even happened?
I did not see anything. Maybe perhaps she hit the ladder wrong or came down on it too hard. I hope she didn't break anything.
I hope not either. Her face was really bruised up later on the match, and I could have sworn her face wasn't even like that. I would have seen that, but she came out bruised up. But every woman had a great showing in this match. They had good spots that you know showed their performances basically. And I just love this opener. It was a good opener. WWE's decided to compete with AEW with their openers now.
Yeah, we're putting out a banger. Tian Coupon says, honestly, I didn't think WWE would pull the trigger on Liv. It was really one of those things where it just took forever to happen. Like, she's been with the company quite some time now, and you never really thought you'd see the day where it actually happened, and it finally did.
Yeah, she really worked hard for that position that she accomplished tonight, and with the release of Ruby
Yep.
and the other member as well. I forgot her name. Do you know her name? I forgot.
No,
Damn.
I
Okay,
don't pay
so
much attention to WWE. You know, we're here for the pay per views and not much else as far as our
well,
television goes.
you right for the Riot Squad. Ever since the Riot
Right.
Squad got broken up and got released, she was in limbo, and she decided to work hard as much as she can. She had a little program with Becky Lynch early on in the last year, and thank you TN Coupon. It's Sarah Logan.
There
That's
you
my
go. There you go.
guy. Thank you, Eric Hunting, Sarah Logan. So yeah, ever since that happened last year, later on before the new year started, she had a little program with Becky Lynch, and every fan was sitting here on Twitter hoping for this moment, and it happened tonight. She worked hard, she earned the moment, and as we progress later on, we see what that moment accomplished.
We have a new United States champion in Bobby Lashley defeating Theory, Austin Theory. I can't go with the Theory gimmick. By submission with the full Nelson, or what do you want to call it? The whatever he calls it. I thought this was pretty good. Had some pretty good spots in it. Not too bad of a match.
This match was good.
Yeah.
Listen, I understand if you feel like Theory is like getting shoved down our throats, but I
Hurt a
don't
lot.
like I really don't I don't like getting shoved down my throat if the person is not talented.
Right.
Theory is talented. Theory has sat here and broke through that glass ceiling and earned his keep uh in this promotion of WWE in this bubble. So he sat here, he bust the bubble, he bust his ass, and he continues to not impress me because I already knew what he could do already, even before that when he was in Evolve, but
Right.
even NXT as well. But this guy is he gets it. He gets the entertainment of WWE. He gets but he athleticism, performance. He really carried Bobby Lashley, and to me, I really think he really carried it. Bobby Lashley is a good competitor, but you really got to have a good performer with Bobby Lashley to make a classic. And this wasn't a classic, but it was a good, solid matchup for Bobby Lashley.
Bobby Lashley is one of those guys who's done everything in the business, and he, in theory, is one of the guys that came in and got the proverbial rub by
Mm-hmm.
working with Lashley, even though he took the L. He worked a really good match. There was some really great, this has been brewing for what, about a month now on television. I know I didn't claim that I didn't see that much of the television, but I saw some of the feud breaking down through highlights and such. And, I wasn't sure if they were just going to, I didn't think they were going to kill Theory here. Obviously, we found out, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes
Yeah.
they'll put all their money or all their eggs in one basket, then just empty the basket out after if they feel like it's not working. Um, we gotta see what happens though. We gotta see what happens. Here we got a legit question here. This is actually a really legit question here from Tian Couponer. If it comes up, it says, "Do you think Theory can successfully cash in on Roman, not without some sort of involvement, excuse me, with outside interference of such sort? I don't think that he can actually take it, or illegal tactics, shenanigans, as we like to call it."
I can see. I can see him cashing on Brock. That'd be something different, but I don't see that happening. Just they protect Brock to the fullest extent, and I mean, I see him cashing on Drew McIntyre. They want Drew McIntyre to beat Roman at the Castle event. So
What's that? Just a
it's-
few weeks. So that's next month, correct?
yes, that's next month. Um, July 30th is going to be very interesting because now you got Brock versus Roman for the last man standing match, and anything you know how the last man standing match is really exhausting watching this match. It's really exhausting competing in this match. So basically, I can see Austin Theory trying to cash in on Roman and or Brock. Good luck though.
It's gonna be a tough one to figure out. I mean, if you think about it, Theory is considerably small compared to either of those guys. He, in legitimate fight, he'd probably get the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah.
but
We had the Raw.
but before we go to the next match,
Yeah,
that match was good. It was a great moment for Bobby Lashley,
yeah.
and now he is the brand new United States champion. But this was a good match. I really enjoyed it. Theory
Yeah.
continued to impress me every time.
The Raw Women's Championship, Bianca Belair defeated Carmella to retain the championship by pinfall. This match just showed how talented Bianca Belair is. I'm not the world's biggest Carmella fan, but she's just an amazing performer, such a great wrestler. Um, the fans were totally into this match, and they just went over 7 minutes according to my notes here. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah, it was a real good 7 minutes. Carmella has some stuff in. Thank you, TN Couponer, for Clash at the Castle on September 3rd, Labor Day weekend. I
Keep
see
forgetting the
wrestling
date.
shows trying to take advantage of these weekends. I really enjoy that because there be some weekends where there is no events. So now you got Double or Nothing on Memorial Day weekend. You know, they did Money in the Bank for July 4th weekend. So now we got Labor Day, Clash at the
So,
Castle.
as long as that's a
But
Saturday, I'm down.
smart move. Um, yeah, if it's on a Saturday, we are down. I'm just gonna let y'all know that we are down to do the after show. So Eric Hunting, T and Couponer, all the regulars that tune in, please tune in with us. We review all the pay per views, AEW, unless it's late, 1 o'clock in the morning, then that's not happening. But
Especially if we have to work. But it's saying here, as
for real,
according to the calendar, September 3rd is a Saturday, and I believe that'll probably be a daytime show. I'm guessing.
yeah. Listen, I love reviewing these shows, coming on here live, but it's hard getting 4 hours worth of sleep or 5 hours worth of sleep just to get up to do the 9 to 5.
Yep,
But we got to talk about wrestling. But we sometimes we could do another day.
we didn't forget. From there, the undisputed tag team championship.
Wait, before you get to that match, I'm sorry, I didn't get my opinion.
Oh, I'm
Bianca
sorry.
Belair continues. Yeah, it's okay. Bianca Belair continues to show why she is the Raw Women's Champion and why they put all the uh all the chips on her. And she carried Carmella, and this was a good solid matchup. Supposed to be Rhea Ripley in her, but we didn't get that unfortunately. But
Rhea is out injury with an injury currently. I just want to throw this out here real quick. Adonis has somewhat of a legitimate question here, and I just want to clear the subject up. It says, do y'all think Sasha will be going to AEW? At this present moment, there is no word whether she has legitimately been released. I know that Raj Giri of Wrestling Inc. had reported it, but there's no confirmation. Meltzer, Mike Johnson, any of those guys have not actually uh, confirmed it. It's That's also been, I guess, there's speculation that it's been thrown out there to try to cool down the Vince McMahon stories that are going on to try to distract I guess, the public from actually caring about him and his allegations. So there's no um, there's no actual word as to whether she had been released or any of that kind of stuff. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on that. I'm keeping a close eye on that to try to find that out. And rumor is that WWE is trying to smooth things over with her because they want to continue to use her, and so there looks like they're trying to bring her back in.
yeah, they would love to have her back. They really need her back.
Yeah,
But it's unfortunate, man, when money, creative, just like Jim Ross say on Conrad show, it's cash and creative. And it just didn't work out in this situation with creative.
yeah.
And hopefully both sides smooth it out. If not, it's always work out there somewhere else. And Soon we get the news. Soon we get the release of when Sasha gonna get released. Then we'll talk about it here now. But it's just in limbo right now. Both
Yeah.
her and Naomi.
I believe that no Naomi will be brought back at some point soon. I did see an article, so it looks like they're going to bring her back in. As of right now, the date is unknown, but she's going to be joining the Bloodline as well. So I did see something regarding that. Isn't Yeah? Let me read this one. This is a good one here. From Eric, it says, "Isn't part of her problem they use her?" I think that I'm guessing that she feels like she's being overworked in quite a bit, and such, but maybe not making enough or making a supplement that. But I believe that my personal opinion is that she's there to do a particular job, and you have to act professional in a way in this business, or you can just be tossed. You know what I mean? They'll go to somebody else. I'm sure, Marcel, you know from working in the wrestling business yourself.
Yeah, it's about business. Whether you have any disagreement with anybody or any gripes or whatever issues that you have, you still gotta do business. That's just the
Yeah.
way it is. Just like you be at your real job. You may not
Yep.
like it. You may disagree with it. You may can't stand it. But at the end of the day, you're getting paid to do what you're supposed to be doing for 9 to 5. Um, it is what it is, but that's what their position was for that night that it happened. But I've been watching Raw for the last few weeks. Unfortunately, Rick stopped,
I did watch
but I'll
last week.
watch it.
It did,
I'll
or
watch
this
it.
week, whichever.
Yeah, every week's the same, so I fully understand you get mixed up with the weeks. But every week, there's always a five-way number one contender match all the time, and I mean that's how it started. That's how the issue started. We had was supposed to have what a five-way or six-pack challenge or something, and then all of a sudden they pulled out,
Yeah.
and it's just the same old stuff. Sometimes I mean I understand you get mad about creative, but you're under contract. Is very iffy with the independent contractor thing, but when you're under contract, when you get taken to court where you can't follow rules, we're probably where they at now. You look for a release, maybe look for this. It becomes a problem for both sides. Become a problem definitely for Sasha and her brand. So
If you think about it,
hopefully,
it's actually the second time that she's walked out. Her and Bailey walked out prior to WrestleMania 35 as well. Was that 4 years ago?
yes, absolutely.
So this is the second time this has happened. So I'm sure they're like really on edge about what the hell are we going to do here. This is just becoming a little bit too much with this girl.
Yeah, it is, and obviously WWE would have released her a long time ago, but obviously know they need her because she's a star. No matter how much you put
Absolutely.
it, she's a star. Austin walked out. They knew he was a star. Obviously, they buried him on like a week later, but they brought him back. He's still a star. If you're a
Yep.
star, you matter. You could sit here and walk out. As long as you sit there and come back to McMahon, Vince McMahon, as long as you come back, he bring you back. It's best for business. Um, it's nothing personal, it's just business. So they all come back.
Yep. From there, we went to the Usos. Jimmy and Jay defeated the Street Profits to retain the Universal Tag Team Championship. This one, 23 minutes. There was speculation that, what the hell's the guy's name? One of them. The guy that took the pinfall, that his shoulder was not actually on the ground. Was that Montez?
Yeah, Montez Ford
Yep.
took the 1D, and we didn't see from our angle that his shoulder was up, but the shoulder was up. And this was actually, I can't even say this was a match of the night because I mean, yeah, you know what? I take that back. It was a match of the night. Ladder match is a ladder match. This is a match of the night right here. I enjoyed this match.
Really?
These guys worked hard.
Huh. I'm not taking away that they worked hard, but match of the night? Okay.
Yeah, it was a match of the night. Why not? These four guys worked hard and
Absolutely,
they
they
put
did.
on a clinic, even though they worked 1,000 times every Monday.
Well, it's because they don't
Still,
have any other tag teams, so they keep sticking with the same two tag teams over and over. Mark Boy 316 is here. I haven't heard from that guy in a while. Thank you for tuning in, my friend.
thank you,
Yeah,
Mark Boy 316. Appreciate you.
yeah, all the way from Canada. So there you go.
Nice. We
Um,
international now. Great. We made it.
so yeah, I mean, they don't have any other tag teams, so they just stick the same two tag teams in the ring against each other over and over. I mean, how often do you really see the Viking Raiders in any kind of competitive match these days? They've been pretty much relegated to freaking main event, and who the hell watches that? Don't tell me you watch it.
Yeah. Main event is non-watchable since that first episode of main event with CM Punk versus Sheamus, champion versus champion. Oh, y'all think I didn't know that, did y'all? Yes, that was the first episode of main event, and then it was never seen from again. But
It's just a highlight show these days.
yeah, that was a highlight show. It went from champion versus champion with CM Punk versus Sheamus for the WWE Championship and the World Heavyweight Championship to not being seen again. But this tag match was great. I enjoyed it. It was something very it was very different than the whole show. I mean, obviously we know what the ladder matches do, but this match was great.
Can we? Can I actually throw this up here because he has Mark has a good point here. He's asking what we thought of the tag team title match. We actually just we did say that, but once it pops up on the screen for y'all to read, is saying here he thought it was the best match, and he wished that he cared about the tag team titles like the 80s and 90s with the Hart Foundation, the British Bulldogs, Demolition, amongst others. 1980s and early into the early 90s was a very it was like a great period for tag team wrestling, and it has not been the same for over 25 years, maybe even closer to 30 years. In the early 90s, tag team wrestling seemed to die down. It's been proven over the last 20 years that Vince McMahon hates tag team wrestling. So it's just getting worse and worse as obviously you can tell because there's pretty much only two tag teams in the division, or you would think so if you watch Raw and SmackDown every week.
Well, I don't know who Vince slept with for him to not like tag team wrestling, but tag team wrestling was the popular topic of the 80s and 90s. I don't know what went wrong when it hit the Attitude Era, but um, tag team wrestling is still alive and well in AEW. And I don't want to give no plug to AEW, but it's just they know how to do tag team wrestling. And it's just unfortunate that WWE, a big corporate company like among Coca Cola, McDonald's,
Yeah,
Starbucks, they can't get tag team wrestling right.
it's part of the takeover of American culture. The WWE is a part of that. You know, one of the most notorious brands in American history. It's
Yeah,
true.
it was, and it's just now, just like the intercontinental. Let's go. Let's put a topic on the Intercontinental Championship for WWE. It used to be a real title that launched somebody to the WWE Championship, and it's just now a title that just doesn't even matter anymore. So it's just things have changed now.
You get many shows that the Intercontinental title is not even on. I think during the last reign of Shinsuke Nakamura, he won the title, then went months and months without ever seeing him defend the title or even being on TV after winning it. I think that year's WrestleMania, he didn't even wrestle with the belt.
Hey, I even go
About
back
that.
to what Dean Ambrose.
Yeah.
Uh, Now John Moxley held what the U.S. Championship and never defended it, but is the longest reigning, one of the longest reigning U.S. champions in WWE, which is crazy.
That's insanity to me. It really is because like you said, the look at the names that have held that Intercontinental title: Macho Man Randy Savage, Tito Santana, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Pat Patterson, uh, Greg the
Honky
Hammer
Tonk
Valentine.
Man with the
All,
longest reign ever.
yeah, and of course, like you said, it launched a lot of careers to the heavyweight championship divisions, such as the Ultimate Warrior, Bret Hart, Owen Hart, all those guys. Uh, Yeah, Eric Hunting says the 24/7 title is on TV more than the IC belt. That is true. It's unfortunately true. Uh, it's just ridiculous.
Listen, I live it every Monday. Unfortunately, I actually sit here for 3 hours.
Are you sober?
I don't know yet.
All right.
I don't know. It's to the point now. Yeah, listen. I know we got tour matches to talk about, but it's just the fact that I stay here for 3 hours to legit catch up to what's going to happen on a premium live event. Now it's to the point now I have since doing this podcast, I have understood the process. You really don't even have to watch Raw. You don't even have to watch SmackDown. Just watch the premium live event, and they give you all the bullet points that you need to go into these events.
As you can watch the Hulu version of Monday Night Raw, which is it's only a 1 hour and 30 minute version of the show. They cut out so much of the crap. Yep, it's
Yeah,
condensed.
I used to watch it on Hulu, and it was very entertaining to watch an hour and a half of Raw or SmackDown. Well, SmackDown 2 hours on Hulu, but
But it's
it's
not.
just a fact.
It equals out. It's like they burn out all the shit that happens on Monday Night Raw, or like the unnecessary stuff
Yeah, they do. They
for
do.
the most part.
I can't take it no more.
Or if I record Raw, I'll watch it the next day and just fast forward through all the BS.
Unfortunately, I'm home on Monday night, and
Same.
there's nothing else to watch on Monday night.
I
Unless
missed.
the fans out there could tell me what's on for Monday night, so I can stop watching Raw.
You can
Help me,
catch up
please.
on the previous week's MLW or whatnot. Watch all that indie stuff you claim you don't have time to watch.
No, no, no. I just need somebody to help me. You know, every Monday, just help me. Just tell me what shows to watch on Mondays. Just help me, please. Just help me. See that?
It's blurry.
Is it
There you go.
blurry?
Yeah, I think
Damn
it's
that
visible.
4K.
So for the SmackDown Women's Championship, I thought that this match was very good. It was a lot of fun. I thought there was some really great spots with the submissions and stuff, and you told a really good story. Um, uh, let's see, as Ronda Rousey retained against Natalia, and then all of a sudden, Liv Morgan's music hit, and then she cashed in and took the title away.
Yeah, this match was good. Natalia and Ronda Rousey, this was a real good match. They wrestled about a year and a half ago, but this was a showcase for Natalia once again, who's a veteran of the locker room for WWE. But this match was good. It built up to the end, and then we got the shocking ending with Liv Morgan. I truly thought Liv Morgan effed up when she decided to cash in, but she kicked her injured knee and ended up being the brand new SmackDown Women's Champion. And like I said, well deserved for what happened earlier, grabbing the Money in the Bank. But they played it well. They made it seem like she was gonna keep it for a while and she gonna celebrate, but she took advantage. She basically pinned the big dog of SmackDown, which is Ronda Rousey. That's a big upset for the to gain the SmackDown Women's Championship.
I thought for a second that Liv Morgan, like you said, might have made a mistake, and I thought that I don't remember what Liv was going for, but I thought that when Ronda rolled through and had her in the ankle lock, I literally thought that she was going to make her tap. And I was
I
like,
thought it
well,
was it.
you
Yeah,
know,
I was like, this is a
yeah,
mistake right here. She
it was
messed up.
it was pretty convincing, was it not? It
Yeah, it
really
was,
was.
and I
So
like stuff like that. I like when
yeah,
somebody cash in and they make you believe that that this person is not going to win this. He or her messed up, and we've seen a few of those in the past with the Money in the Bank contract. But she reigned victorious. This is a big moment for her in Las Vegas, MGM Grand, and hopefully, I'm looking forward to seeing her title reign now because she's on a SmackDown Women's Champion. But you know what? Since that happened, I said it to myself: brand extensions really don't matter.
No, they don't. They definitely don't. They're on their way out because everybody pops up on every other show. Eric Hunting from Parts Unknown. I just want to tell you before we go any further with his question, I want everybody that's listening or watching go to YouTube and subscribe to Eric Hunting from Parts Unknown channel. He put some really great the content out. So he's been on this show before, and we've talked a couple weeks back about his channel. It's a lot of fun to watch. He lives in Massachusetts, so he covers a lot of the independent stuff out there, and it's a lot of fun, a lot of fun to watch. But he says, "Do you think Ronda is done for a while?" I think that is very, very possible. Um, I don't know if there's any details. I'm guessing that that might be why they took the title offer. So
No, I think it was just a surprise victory that needed a
yeah,
little fresh coat of paint. But Ronda, I think, still gonna stay around. They still got Bill for her, which was rumors in the past. Her versus Becky for next year's WrestleMania. I think this is just a little light shined on Liv Morgan, and then we gotta do the chase for Ronda Rousey again for any type of championship, whether it's a Raw championship or a SmackDown championship. But yeah, be sure to subscribe for Eric Hunting from Parts Unknown. He does cover all the Massachusetts indie wrestling events, very big events in Massachusetts as well, and talk to all the indie talent. Great guy. Please subscribe, support.
from there we got the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. This one, of course, all the men made their way to the ring, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Hey, there's an or Adam Pierce, excuse me, former NWA World Champion, by the way, comes out and says that there's another guy that's coming into this match. Theory." I thought it was completely. I mean, I'm not that surprised. I was kind of considering he lost earlier in the evening. Why does he deserve this? Besides being Mr. McMahon's sidekick and chosen one.
Well, before we talk about this main event, thanks to Mark Boy 316 for reminding me. We had a package of Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, last man standing match, July 30th at
Yep.
SummerSlam at the Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee. And they showed how many matches these guys done had by clip by clip by clip. And you know what? I the only thing I gotta say about this match is a lot, and I can't complain because I said it before to you, Rick. We have had Hogan versus Andre many a times.
Yep.
We have had Shawn Michaels versus Brett many a times. We
Flair
have
and
had
Steamboat.
Rick. We have had Flair and Steamboat. We have had Hogan versus Ric Flair 1,000 times. We have had Rock versus Austin 1,000 times. We have had one more rivalry. Maybe I'm gonna say two more. John Cena and Randy Orton. John Cena and Edge. So you know what? I'm just gonna take a hit for this one because there've been 1,000 rivalries that we have seen 1,000 times. But now the modern era is talking. The cancel culture is talking. And they're tired of this feud. And hopefully this is the last match, which I don't think it is, between these two.
Teen Couponer says, I want to see both Brock and Roman bleed at SummerSlam. I believe that WWE does have that rule, no bleeding rule. I mean, but maybe they will make an exception for something this to add something. Excuse me, to add something extra to that story. You get what I'm saying? Because I would love to see that. I feel that this match is going to be different. I think there's going to be. I've enjoyed the series between Brock and Roman, but for some reason, I'm really looking forward to this one. I think it's going to be a good match. And
Best to me, the best series they had was the first ever meeting at WrestleMania 31.
yep,
It will never top that. Even without the cash in even happening, I still thought that was the best match that they ever had between each other.
yep.
Um, I really don't want to see this match, unfortunately. I like Brock, I like Roman, but there's so many other talent out there that they can make moments with, and I understand the business terms of they make money that they have no stars right now, but this match is it just that's a big stadium. I don't even think this match could sell out that stadium, truthfully.
They're reaching into the casual fans to try to get tickets by putting two of the biggest stars I think they can in the match. They don't, like you said, they don't have other stars that they can put in a match and sell out such a big event or such a big venue. But it's very possible they won't sell out that venue.
Yeah, I don't think it would either. That's a big venue, and just like you put this thing up for Mark Boy 316.
You brought up a good point between Rock and Mankind, Brett and Austin. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
yep, yeah. Rock and Mankind put on some great series of matches. I remember back in the day.
Yeah, they had a lot of series of matches, but there. I mean, I never got tired of them. I never got tired of Rock and Austin. I never got tired of Ric Flair and Hogan. Now I do. If I watch it now, I do because it's the
But don't forget,
same old formula.
don't forget it. It was a different time as well. You know what I
It
mean? And
was.
we were
We
younger
was
then as
kids.
well. Yeah, exactly. But it was a different time. There was something more enjoyable about it. I mean, but I'm sure if I still go back and watch Brett and Shawn or Steamboat and Flair and stuff like that, and I still think they're classics. I still think they're great matches. But like I said, they're just not building those guys that they can do that with over and over now. Maybe
Nah, they're
I
not.
mean we've seen what's it Seth and Orton a million times as well.
Yes, we have.
Yeah. So of course this match went all over the place. I thought there were some pretty good spots. Even we saw a little appearance by Butch trying to assist Sheamus. I thought Sheamus's work in this match was really good. That Drew
Mm.
did a really great job. Madcap Moss seemed to disappear after a little while. Uh, I thought that for a second that they were going to surprise me um, and he was going to take it. I legitimately thought that for about a second. And then I liked when Drew and Sheamus were working against each other, and Drew was, I guess, pinned underneath the ladder. He started pressing it up while Sheamus was on it to take him off there so, to prevent him from winning or getting that briefcase.
Yeah, this match was all over the place, like you said. Great moments, even a little smarts between all the guys trying to get rid of Omos two times. One
Yeah.
spot where they try to throw the ladders on him and pile it up on him, and then also the big spot where they all lift him up at one time and swung him on the table to take him out. Um, Even with Sami Zayn doing spots, taking that brutal bump with a power bomb to his head to the ladder. It was a very collision course match of epic proportion with these what was seven competitors now turned into
Oh,
eight.
yeah. Did you see Pete Dunne's head bounce off the mat when he was thrown from the ladder?
Yes.
And he clutched his head very tightly because he it bounced like a ball. Like I was genuinely concerned for him at that moment.
Yeah, these matches are really not safe at all for these workers. If you land wrong one time or anything, a ladder pop in your face, you're injured for a while. But as we've seen, the winner, Theory,
Theory, yeah,
Theory takes it, and now he has the Money in the Bank contract, and we gonna see. I don't. It's nothing about who he's gonna cash on. It's when he's gonna cash on because we already know there's no longer two champions, only one, and that's Roman Reigns.
You could also build it up as, and if you remember correctly, was it Alberto Del Rio that tried to cash it in on numerous occasions, and then when it wasn't working in his favor, he'd grab the briefcase and then run out of the ring and
Yes, he
would
is.
still
Hell.
hold it. This is a good question from Eric. We got this. Marcel, have you ever been in a ladder match?
Yeah, I actually did a ladder match with Matthias. This was like probably 6 years ago. It's actually on the PAPW YouTube channel. You could subscribe and watch it. Um, they say it was a classic. That's what they say, and it wasn't fun. I tell you that. I tell you that it wasn't fun. But you check it out. I did a ladder match probably a year and a half ago with Dustin Waller, Nutrius X, and Trayvon Jordan. And
I remember that match. Yep.
yeah, so I had a few. They're not fun at all.
Team Component says he would suggest cashing in after the last man standing match. I'm sure both men will be battered and bruised, and that might be the best moment to take advantage of that if he was going to cash in at all.
That would make sense, and then it would make sense to take the title off Roman Reigns or whoever has it because we both have part-time workers facing each other at SummerSlam. So we need a full-time champion.
It's going to be interesting seeing how that unfolds legitimately because, I mean, I know we've talked about this time after time again here on this podcast that who was going to be the guy because really the only guy that we thought that could do it would be Brock. That's really the only guy that we've ever um, thought of that could be the guy,
Yeah, we
at
thought
least now. Yeah.
yeah, but we right now you can't even tell who can be the guy. I see Theory being the guy, but the thing is, like, he's a great heel. Can
Yeah.
he be a babyface? I believe he can. Um, you have Seth Rollins, but Seth Rollins is kind of the person that is kind of at that level of Randy Orton. He's a great performer that continues to perform at top notch. I think the only thing they could really rely on, which is injured right now, is Cody Rhodes because Cody Rhodes, there's a story there, and he's that white meat baby face that can talk, that has that pretty face that they could push. We already seen the Money in Bank commercial before this even started. He was on the Money in Bank commercial pushing it.
Right.
You know, he's their guy for now since he then came back. So you know,
I think Seth is one of those guys. He's just he doesn't need a belt. Or Randy doesn't need a belt anymore.
no,
You know what I mean? They've been around long enough. They can hold it down, hold down the fort basically, and they're two reliable, two reliable guys on the roster.
absolutely.
So if they needed to put the belt on them, they could always resort to those two guys.
Yeah, they can, and hopefully they build stars going forward. But
Yeah. Let's see, and that pretty much wraps up our Money in the Bank review. Eric Hunting, excuse me, says looking forward to TOS next week. I will be in attendance as well, so I'm looking forward to. I'm gonna make sure that I say hello to Eric Hunting in public and in
yeah,
person.
I got an invite to come to TOS to check it out. Um,
Well,
I
me and
worked at
the
I worked
me
at
and
Test Train before, so I may come back and I may come back and check it out.
yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I think if I remember correctly, Carlito's gonna be there. Of course, Ryan Frost, Ichiban, and a bunch of other people. And then, of course, don't forget this Friday, Marcel, Lucas Chase, 30-minute Ironman match. Looking forward to that one as well.
Yeah, before test strength, see if I can make it. I got a 30-minute Ironman match. Got some work to do. Got some championship gold to regain, and can't wait this Friday. Myself, Lucas Chase, for the PAPW Intercontinental Championship. 30 minutes.
We're gonna see a new champion.
Depending on my cardio, which is kind of well. I'm looking forward to grabbing it.
Oh, well, Adonis, you got a Adonis behind you saying that you're going to take the belt.
Yeah,
There you go.
Don's been acting up all week. Yeah.
He has been, hasn't he? So there you go. You can do it, says Mark Boy.
and,
Um,
and I know Rick Del Santos did say he will air this match on PWZ podcast. We will keep you posted.
that is Friday evening. I will probably have that uploaded Saturday morning, probably, depending
Probably.
on yeah, depending on my how tired I am. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Of course, you can follow us on all social media platforms, Twitter and Facebook at PWZ Podcast. Instagram is the PWZ Network. And that's pretty much it. I hope to see any of you at one of these shows this weekend. I'm doing 2 shows in one weekend. That's kind of a lot for me. I'm getting old.
Yeah, I don't want to think about getting old, which I know will happen. I've seen a few gray strands pop up on my face. I don't like it. But
You know what Big Daddy says about
yeah, I already know. I'm not gonna go that route. But once again, people, I appreciate y'all tuning in exclusively live on YouTube, PWZ Podcast. Be sure to hit the subscribe button right here, right next to me, right here. Just hit that, and hit the like button if you like us. And be well, be safe, everybody. We will be back Tuesday to talk about some news on our regular schedule program. Good night. Be safe.